Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well. About 2 months ago, I made a video titled The Top 5 Paid Hacks for Minecraft. In that video, I asked who wanted to see a second video on the top free hacks for Minecraft. And you guys left a lot of comments asking for that, so that's what we are doing today. With that said, I wanted to change things up a little. Today, we are going to be doing a bracket style competition with client versus client competitions to fairly determine which free hack client is the best. Using an online randomizer to determine the different brackets, we ended up with this: Aristois vs Meteor, Worst vs Liquid Bounce, the Envy client vs the Coffee client, and lastly Lumina vs Thunderhack. It is worth noting that the goal of this video is to rank the most popular free clients rather than every free client. There are other free clients out there that are not in this video. And for those of you that asked or that are wondering, the Blackout client is not in this video because it is not yet public. Quickly, before we get started, I have to shout out the legends that support this channel. If you want to get your name in a video and help me make more content like this, please consider looking at the benefits down below. Thanks guys. To make things as fair as possible, I'm going to be ranking the following things from each client with a score of 0 to 10, for a total combined score of 50. The client with the highest score will then move on to the next bracket. So starting with Aristois. Downloading this client is very easy. On the client's website, there is a download page with two different methods for downloading the client. The first one being a custom installer that automatically installs the client after letting you select the correct version, while the second method involves downloading a folder and placing it in the Minecraft versions folder. I like that all supported Minecraft versions are listed and that you can easily select a different install location. I honestly can't fault this experience and have to rate this a strong 10 out of 10. Now let's take a look at the client's GUI. When you first launch the client, there is a help screen with some info on the client to run new users through different features, which is great, though I wish there was a skip option. The GUI itself is clean looking, easy to use, and it gets the job done. With that said, it is not very customizable. You can change the font and the colors, but that is about it. There are a lot of other settings offered in other clients that are not offered here, like opacity as an example, and this makes the client feel quite outdated. Aristois also likes a HUD editor. While they are HUD modules and they can be enabled or disabled, the only way to position them is by selecting a corner, which kind of sucks. So while the GUI does work, it is very basic and lacks a HUD editor, so I can't give the Aristois user interface more than 4 out of 10. Now let's take a look at the client's combat related modules. I typically focus my videos on Anarchy servers and HVH combat servers rather than minigame servers. Aristois provides modules like Auto Crystal, but it lacks essential features like Surround, while including random minigame modules like Auto Clicker or Triggerbot. It is a confusing mix of modules. My guess is rather than targeting one audience, like Anarchy players, they try to cover a bit of everything to get more users. The PvP modules are really not that good. The few modules that are offered lack settings, and a few random modules have been locked behind a paywall. Overall, I am not very impressed. The lack of some essential modules make the client pretty useless and not very helpful for Anarchy or hacker vs hacker servers, so I can't give it more than 4 out of 10. Taking a look at the render and utility modules, things sadly don't get much better. The client lacks essential Anarchy modules. As one example, there is no working new chunks module, though there are other helpful utility modules like Shulker Peak, which let you view the contents of a shulker without having to open it. The render modules are not much better. All of the modules work, they are just extremely basic, so I can't give the client's utility and render modules more than a 5 out of 10. This category is to cover random things that don't fall under the other categories. So starting out, when it comes to client support, Aristois has a guilded community and a custom forum on their website, which is great for meeting other client users or getting client support. Sadly, there is no Discord community though, and this kinda sucks. Another random feature that I like is the Aristois options menu, where you can manage what ores are visible with X-ray, ESP blocks and more. The add-on page is sadly not for custom client add-ons, but rather just a page for managing additional mods like Sodium. There is also an account manager, a proxy manager on the servers page, and support for NordVPN, which is interesting. Overall, all of these extra features are not game-changing, but they are useful, so I'll give Aristois a 7 out of 10 for this category. Moving on, it's time to take a look at the Meteor client. But before we do that, it is time for some self-promotion. In my last video, I set a like goal of 150 likes and you guys absolutely smashed it. We passed the goal just a few hours after posting, which was awesome. Today, I'm not going to beg for likes, but rather I want to try something different and set a comment goal. Do you think we can get 100 comments on this video? I read and reply to all of the comments, so I'll see you in the comments down below. Thanks guys, let's get back to the video. Unfortunately, Meteor does not support all the releases of Minecraft, so you can only choose between their latest official release and the dev build, which will always be up to date with the latest Minecraft release. After downloading the mod jar file, place it in your mods folder and launch a new instance of Fabric for the matching version of Minecraft. You are now running Meteor. The download and install process is simple, but it is not as convenient as other clients with custom installers. With that said, I think a fair score would be 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Meteor client's GUI, I know I've said this before, but I am not a huge fan of the default GUI theme, though with that said, Meteor is extremely customizable, so it isn't really an issue. Meteor also offers a fully customizable click and drag HUD editor, where HUD elements can be placed anywhere on screen, and most of the HUD elements offer additional settings, which is awesome. I also really like how in the client's GUI, there are tabs for the different elements in the client, so switching from modules to custom macros or custom profiles is easy and straightforward. Even though I dislike the default GUI, Meteor is extremely customizable and I can't rate it less than 10 out of 10. Meteor offers a huge range of combat related modules. While all of these modules work and while they all offer a crazy amount of settings, in my experience they are not as powerful or as easy to config as other combat focused clients. To clarify, the combat modules are not bad by any means, they are just not as good as modules from clients that are focused on combat. Thankfully, Meteor comes with a plugin system and some great plugins have been made for the client, some focused on utility while others are focused on adding better PvP modules. I can't rate the client on modules provided in an add-on as I don't think that's fair. I only mentioned the add-on system so that you know it is possible to get more out of Meteor with the right add-ons. With that said, I can't give the default Meteor client combat modules more than 7 out of 10. Moving on to the utility hacks offered by Meteor, the client offers a wide range of utility hacks from obscure automation modules like Auto Shear or popular modules like Stash Finder. While Meteor does offer a good range of useful and customizable utility modules, it lacks some of the more basic modules like new chunks, though again these modules can be added to the client through client add-ons. Speaking of render modules, Meteor offers a wide range of render related hacks that are all very customizable. All of these modules work and they look alright, so I can't really complain, though I will say that I have seen more custom and more interesting renders offered in some other clients. So overall, for both utility and render related hacks, I am going to score Meteor a solid 8 out of 10. The first thing I want to talk about with this category is the add-on system. There are a lot of custom add-ons out there and using them can make Meteor much better than it already is. While I don't think it is fair to rate the client based on modules added by the add-on system, I think Meteor should get credit for having this system in place. The only negative thing I will say about add-ons is that they are not moderated and so you don't always know what you are getting. Meteor also offers an amazing profile system which lets you create different profiles for different servers. Loading and switching between these profiles is also quite easy and I like this feature a lot. Meteor also offers proxy support and an account manager for anyone who likes or uses these features. Now finally for the fun part, let's compare these client scores and see who will be moving on to the next bracket in this tournament. Aristois scores a respectable 30 out of 50 while Meteor scores an amazing 41 out of 50. This means Aristois has been eliminated and the Meteor client will move on to the next bracket. I originally wanted to review all of these clients in a single video, but I have already spent so many hours playing, testing, writing and editing just to review these two clients, so I'm going to be splitting this up into a series. In the next episode we will see Worst vs Liquid Bounce. In the meantime, please consider subscribing to ensure that you see the next episode. Oh, and don't forget to leave a comment down below to help us reach the 100 comment goal. Thanks for watching. I have been your boy KiLAB. Peace in the Middle East.